Okay, boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to discuss about language translators. Don't forget what we have covered in the previous class. In the previous class, we discussed about what? We discussed about type modifiers. Okay? We have what we call type modifiers. Okay? So what is a type modifier? Okay, wow. A type modifier is a keyword that is used to change the meaning. It is a keyword that is used to change the meaning of a what? The meaning of a base data type. The meaning of a base data type. For example, let's say I have float. Okay, let's say I have int xyz semicolon. Okay, I have int xyz semicolon. See, this int is nothing but a data type. Okay, wow. And what about this xyz? This xyz is called, this is the variable name. So what is the meaning? Some space is allocated for the variable xyz. This is variable xyz. Suppose the memory address is 500. So this variable xyz is going to store an integer. By default, in this case, if you just write int xyz, by default it means what? This integer, it can be a positive integer. Okay, this integer, it can be a negative integer. Okay, see, what if I write unsigned int xyz? What is this? Again, this is the declaration of a variable called xyz. Okay, this is the data type. What is this? This is the variable name. Okay, what is this? This is called the type modifier. Okay, so what is the effect of this type modifier? This type modifier now is saying this variable xyz is going to store only positive integers. Now xyz is going to store only positive integers. Okay, now we have different types of type modifiers. We also have long, we also have short. Okay, now we also have signed. These are the different types of what? Of modifiers. Okay, let's go back to our topic. Remember in the first class itself, I told you C programming is a high-level programming language. Okay, C programming is a high-level programming language. Okay. In the first class itself, I told you the different types of high-level programming languages. We have Java, we have JavaScript, we also have what we call Swift, we also have Python. Okay, if you check, I am mentioning the same types of high-level programming languages. It doesn't mean these are the only high-level programming languages. There are many high-level programming languages. I am mentioning this because some of you guys, you are going to study this in the next semester. Okay, wow. Some of you are going to study Python. Those who are doing what's this, computer science engineering and electronics and communication engineering, you are also going to study Java. No, you're going to study Java. That's why I'm mentioning the same things. See, I told you now, a machine is not capable of understanding high-level programming languages. So a machine, it only understands what we call the machine language. So whenever you are writing a program, you are going to write a program using C programming language. You are going to write a program using the C programming language. But see, this C programming language is a high-level programming language. Okay, the computer does not understand this C programming language. It only understands this machine language. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? Then only we are bringing in this concept of language translators. We need language translators. So what is the role of language translators in this case? These language translators are going to convert this C programming language from high-level programming, okay, from high-level programming language to the machine language that it can understand. Again, the output is going to be converted back to something that a human being can understand. Because we are saying the high-level programming languages can be understood by human beings, but the computer does not understand. Is this clear? Please try to understand. This is a simple logic. My language is Shona. Okay, my language is Shona. If I move from here to China, suppose I want to have a meeting with the Chinese guy. Okay, I speak Shona and this man speaks what? Speaks Chinese. Okay, the man does not understand Shona and I don't understand Chinese. But we want to have a meeting. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to go for a what? For a language translator. We are supposed to find someone who speaks both languages. We are supposed to find someone who understands both languages. Okay, if I say something in Shona, the person is going to translate my statements into Chinese so that this man can understand. If this man says something in Chinese, what will happen? The person is going to translate this Chinese into Shona so that I can understand. Okay, so here I have the high-level programming language. Okay, and here I have the language translator. Okay, I have the high-level programming language, I have the translator. This language translator is going to produce what? The machine language. Now the computer now is understanding the program. Then the compiler will what? Will check for errors. If there are no errors, the output will come. Is this clear? So what are the different types of language translators that we have in C programming? We have what we call a compiler. We also have what we call an assembler. Okay, we have compiler, we have assembler, we also have what we call number 3, we have what we call the interpreter. Okay, these are the 3 types of language translators that we have. What is the language translator? Language translators are programs that are used for converting the program in one language into machine language instructions so that they can be executed by the computer. Okay, so a language translator is going to convert a program from one language into machine language so that these instructions can be executed by the what? So that the program can be executed by the what? By the computer. Okay, this is very, very important. So now we want to see what is the difference between a compiler, assembler, and an interpreter. Okay, so the compiler is used to convert high-level language programs into machine language. Okay, this is used to convert. We have a high-level language. Okay, to what? To low-level language. Okay, again we have the assembler. The assembler is going to convert assembly level language into machine language. This is going to convert assembly level language, okay, into what? Into machine language. Yes. What about the interpreter? The interpreter is going to convert. The interpreter again is going to convert high level language to what? It is going to convert high level language to machine language. Okay, so these two, the interpreter and the compiler, they are going to convert high level language to machine language. But the way of functioning, the way they do this is different. At least you should understand how a compiler converts a high level language to a low level language. How an interpreter converts high level language to a machine language. This is a 2-mark question in your paper. It also comes in 6 marks. So you should be able to explain the functioning of a what? Of a compiler. You should be able to explain the functioning of a what? Of an interpreter. Okay, now. So the compiler is used to compile an entire program, and an executable program is generated through the object program. Okay, now. So what will happen with the compiler? The compiler will go through the whole program. It will go through all the statements in the what? In the program. Okay, well, let's say there is an error in the program. Let's say there is an error in the program. What will happen? The compiler will tell you after the execution of the entire program that there is an error. Okay, well, so see, it is going through all the statements in the program. It will check all the statements in the what? In the program. Okay, well, so it means what? Using a compiler is faster now. Using a compiler is faster because the compiler is going to check all the statements in the what? In the program. Yeah, so using a compiler is fast. But the problem is this. If there is error in the program, it will go through the whole program, then it will tell you that in the program there is error. Let's say you want to locate the error. How are you going to locate the error? Then it is going to be difficult for you. You want to locate the error. How? It is going to be difficult. So in the case of a compiler, it is difficult to locate errors. What about an interpreter? The interpreter will go line by line. It will check line by line. Okay, wow. It is going to check this line. If there is error in this line, the interpreter will not allow you to type the next statement. Okay, wow. So if this is the case, it means what? It means it is easy to locate errors. No. Because suppose you are writing this statement, there is an error in this statement. The interpreter is not allowing you to type in the next one. Now you think like this, oh, in this line there is error. You start checking now. You check, then you can easily locate the error. But what is the drawback behind this? This is slow. This is slow because it will go slowly. You are writing this statement. The moment you are trying to move to the next statement, it will execute the statement. The moment you finish the next line, it will compile this line. It will check for errors. Now, if there is an error, it is going to tell you that there is error. If there is no error, it will allow you to move to the next part. Okay, wow. So an interpreter is used to translate each line of the program code immediately as it is entered. The executable program is generated in RAM, and the interpreter is required for each run of the program. The interpreted programs run slower. I told you now, this is very slow. Okay, then we only have a few languages that are interpreters. Most of the languages are what? Most of the languages, they use compilers. So most of the languages, they use compilers. A few languages use interpreters. This is faster, this is slow. This is going to check line by line. This is going to check the entire what? The entire program. It is difficult to locate errors. It is easy to locate errors. Okay, thank you very much. I will see you in the next class. Enjoy your day.